In a doomsday event, radio communication can be a valuable tool for the everyday person to stay connected, gather information, and potentially communicate with others. Here are some ways the everyday person can take advantage of radio communications in a doomsday event. Amateur radio. Amateur radio, also known as ham radio, is a hobby that allows individuals to communicate over long distances using radio equipment. Amateur radio operators can use their equipment to communicate with others and share critical information. To take advantage of amateur radio communication, individuals can obtain a ham radio license and learn how to use the equipment. Portable radios. Portable radios, such as those with AM, FM, and shortwave capabilities, can be useful in a doomsday event when other communication methods are unavailable. These radios can be used to listen to emergency broadcasts, gather information, and potentially communicate with others in the area. Individuals should consider purchasing a high-quality portable radio and storing extra batteries or a hand-crank charger. Walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies are handheld radio communication devices that can be used to communicate with others in close proximity. In a doomsday event, walkie-talkies can be useful for communicating with family members, friends, or neighbors who are nearby. Individuals should consider purchasing walkie-talkies with a long range and multiple channels. Satellite phones. In a doomsday event, traditional communication networks may be down, making it difficult to make phone calls. Satellite phones use a network of satellites to transmit calls, allowing individuals to communicate over long distances. While satellite phones can be expensive, they may be worth the investment for individuals who live in remote areas or are concerned about the possibility of a doomsday event. Prepper networks. There are prepper networks that use radio communications as a means of staying connected and sharing information in a doomsday event. These networks allow individuals to communicate with other preppers and potentially coordinate resources or assistance. Individuals can research and join prepper networks in their area or online. Radio communication has played a crucial role in emergency situations for over a century. From its invention in the late 19th century to modern times, radio technology has enabled people to communicate over long distances and provided a reliable means of communication during disasters and emergencies. Radio communication first became a reality in the 1890s, with the invention of the radio telegraph by Guglielmo Marconi. The first practical use of radio communication for emergencies came during the sinking of the Titanic in 1912. The ship's wireless operators were able to send distress signals using the ship's radio equipment, which helped to save the lives of over 700 people. During World War I, radio communication became an essential tool for military operations, and radio technology continued to improve throughout the 1920s and 1930s. In the 1930s, governments began to establish radio communication networks for use during emergencies, such as natural disasters and wartime operations. World War II and the rise of emergency broadcasting. During World War II, radio communication became even more critical. The military used radio to coordinate operations and communicate with troops on the front lines, while civilians relied on radio for news and entertainment. In 1941, President Franklin D. Roosevelt authorized the creation of the Emergency Broadcast System, EBS, a network of radio stations that could be used to broadcast emergency messages to the public. The EBS was used extensively during the Cold War, and it was eventually replaced by the Emergency Alert System, EAS, in the 1990s. The EAS is still in use today and allows authorities to send emergency messages to radio and television stations for broadcast to the public. Radio communication in natural disasters. Radio communication has been critical in natural disaster situations, such as hurricanes, earthquakes, and wildfires. In the 1960s, the National Weather Service began using radio to broadcast weather alerts, which helped to save countless lives during severe weather events. In the 1980s, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, began to develop the Integrated Public Alert and Warning System, IPAWS, which uses radio, television, and other communication channels to alert the public of emergencies. IPAWS is still in use today and is a crucial tool for emergency management agencies. Radio communication has played an essential role in emergencies for over a century. From the sinking of the Titanic to modern natural disasters, radio technology has allowed people to communicate over long distances and provided a reliable means of communication during emergencies. As technology continues to evolve, it's likely that radio communication will continue to play a crucial role in emergency situations for years to come. The future of radio communications in emergencies looks bright, with continued advancements in technology and the increasing demand for reliable communication during disasters and emergencies. Here are some of the trends and developments that are shaping the future of radio communications in emergencies. Improved resilience. Radio communications will continue to improve in terms of resilience and reliability. With the development of new technologies such as software-defined radio, SDR, emergency responders will be able to communicate seamlessly across different frequencies and protocols, even in situations where the network infrastructure has been damaged. Integrated communications. Emergency responders will increasingly rely on integrated communication systems that enable them to communicate across multiple platforms and devices. For example, radio communication systems can be integrated with smartphones and other mobile devices to provide a seamless communication experience across different channels. AI and machine learning. Artificial intelligence, AI, and machine learning, ML, will play an increasingly important role in emergency communication. These technologies can help to analyze data from various sources, such as social media and weather sensors, to provide real-time situational awareness and improve emergency response times. 5G networks. The rollout of 5G networks will revolutionize radio communications in emergencies. With higher speeds and lower latency, 5G networks will enable emergency responders to transmit and receive large amounts of data quickly and efficiently, which will be critical in situations where every second counts. Radio communication can be a valuable tool for the everyday person in a doomsday event. By obtaining the necessary equipment and knowledge, individuals can stay connected, gather information, and potentially communicate with others in their area. It's important to plan and prepare ahead of time to ensure that you have the necessary resources to stay safe and connected in a doomsday event. As new technologies continue to emerge and evolve, emergency responders will be better equipped to communicate effectively and respond quickly to emergencies.